Hello, Create and Code community. This is Freddie Michaels, and today I will be talking about a technology that will make farming much more efficient and could potentially generate 100,000 jobs and have an economic impact of over $82 billion. And more specifically, the product is agricultural drones, which are the future of farming. So we'll start off with a brief overview of what will be covered in this presentation. Um, we'll start off with a look at what a drone is, some of the basic features, and different types of drones that are available. Next, we'll move on to the benefits, how they impact the agricultural and the financial side positively. Next, we're going to move on to some drawbacks, which, as you can see, financial is in both categories there, as these drones can get very expensive and time consuming. And then last, we will discuss some of the FAA regulations and what you can do after this presentation. And so on the right over here, we have a quote by Kyle Snyder, who is the director of the Next Gen Air Transportation Center, which is involved in helping move the FAA along with their regulations. So he's just saying UAV technology is not just for mechanical and aerospace engineers. It involves crop science and it's being embraced by big data and analytics. So basically this quote is saying that this technology is not just limited to the mechanical and aerospace engineers, but it's a product that's going to benefit everyone, and many different industries can be impacted positively from this technology. So what is a drone? It's basically an aircraft without a pilot. It's driven either by remote control, or in most cases you'll find that they're actually driven by autopilot. So then there's two different types. As you'll see on the left over here, we have a plane style, where your conventional fixed wing, or sometimes you'll see a flying wing version like this one down here. And they usually have a camera mounted on the bottom to take pictures and survey the land as need be. And on the right, you'll see helicopter style or rotors, vertical takeoff and lift systems. So sometimes you'll see the more conventional helicopter look, or these quadcopter or multi-rotor copter designs. This one over here is probably your most basic drone that you'll find. These are available for about $400, and they'll just provide you a basic video camera that survey the land, and they're really easy to fly. And then also, here's just another extreme example. Actually, Amazon is proposing this as a way to transport packages quickly to really local customers. And like I said, this basic drone costs about $400, where we move up to this one, and these two cost somewhere in the range of $15,000 to $25,000, including all the software. Sorry. And the hardware that everything comes with it there. So some of the basic materials, they can be made out of wood and plastic, moving on up to some basic metals like aluminum. And then the more advanced versions like this one down here are made from composites and foams such as carbon fiber, very sturdy foams. So onto the benefits of agricultural drones. You'll find on this slide, we're going to go over a flow chart that'll basically outline everything that is beneficial. So basically what the main benefit of a drone is, it will give farmers a quick view from the sky of what is happening in their field. So the drone will run on 45-minute battery life usually, and on its autopilot system. So you just launch it and it'll take off and do its thing and take pictures, and it can map out the area in no time at all. And so this allows for quick and easy viewing of what exactly is going on in the fields, and allow you to target problem areas much easier than if you were to just walk around on the ground or ride around in a truck or vehicle, something like that on the outskirts of your field. You wouldn't be able to notice something as easily maybe in the center of your field, or if there's a really small, just a few square feet of area. And so hopefully this will allow farmers to target specific areas instead of just having to spray some fertilizer or insecticide on the whole field. You can target on that one specific area that you identified from the pictures. And then this will lead to less waste of chemicals and fertilizers. And so, of course, less waste means less money, more money saved, more money in your pocket. So then more benefits just on the agricultural side. Like I said, these images from the air will make it easier to spot any problems that are happening, like diseases, soil variations, irrigation problems, and so on. And these are easily identified by the many different types of cameras that come available. You have just your basic video 1080p HD cameras that are usually available on most of these. All the way up to infrared and a LiDAR system, which gives you like a topographical image of what's happening in your field. Maybe help you with runoff issues or something like that if you're having any. And then another thing, it is a drone, so it's a machine. It can run every hour of every day if you so desire, or it can run every week, once a day. You just program it whenever you want it to take off, and it'll run its flight plan on its own with very minimal user inputs. Just you'll have to extract the data or analyze it yourself with some help from some software. But the benefits of that are it gives you a way to see a time lapse of what's happening, especially if you're doing it every day or every hour. You can see exactly what's happening on a consistent basis, and hopefully will allow you to spot and identify problems earlier on and to help reduce those wastes and save your crops for later in the season. Next, the economic side of things here. So first we have a quote from, that's actually the Precision Hawk is the lead, that first airplane style of drone that we saw, and they're really making a lot of strides in the software side of things. But he says, we found it's going to be to make farmers money by increasing yield and profit margins. In the long run, many farmers are willing to make capital purchases. If they're already engaged in precision agricultural, then they can make their investment back very quickly. So even though it is a large startup cost sometimes, as you'll see on the right, that $25,000, this can be made back from the increased yield that you'll gain, hopefully. But then another pro is, like I said, some of these drones are very cheap, under $1,000 or $1,000 to $2,000 just for a basic drone with a just visual light camera on there. And then so onto the cons, the time commitment to learn some of these programs for how to set up your flight plans and analyze all the software or analyze all the maps and data that you gather. That can be very challenging, and it requires a time commitment to learn. But on the flip side, most of these companies that do have this advanced software will provide some sort of program to help guide you through the steps of using it. Okay, on to the menacing FAA, as it is currently. You will see that for commercial purposes, these drones are not allowed under current FAA regulations, which is unfortunate because the market for this product is just exceptional based on the AUVSI, which is the professional organization for the drone or autonomous vehicle industry. They're projecting major benefits that once these FAA regulations go through, which will hopefully be in the next few years, as you see that 55-pound aircraft under 400 feet altitude will hopefully be integrated commercially by the end of 2014. So what next? Hopefully you've enjoyed this presentation, and beyond this, you can find more information by becoming a member with the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International. Just look up their website, and they provide all sorts of member benefits, support, forums, conferences that you can go to learn more about drones. And then also a cheaper option, as it's free, more like a blog style of just website, is dronelife.com. They provide a really consolidated way to see all the products that are out there, and they provide ratings of different types of drones and things like that. And then just keep up with your news outlets, whatever you prefer, for updates on the FAA regulations and also further advancements that come along in drone technology. So, like I said before, this is not just a technology for farmers, but it can be used by many different industries, and it will benefit or help grow the economy and build jobs, which is very important in this day and age. Thanks. You'll find a few references, the references I use on this page, which are pretty helpful news articles. Thank you.